One Piece chapter 1100, guys. And if you thought 95 and 96, 97 and 98 and 99 were bad, just imagine what this chapter is going to bring to the table. And speaking of bringing it to the table, here we go. We're about to dive into this chapter. And this chapter is first things first. It starts off where an admiral is actually at the base. Do you know why he's at Vegapunk's laboratory right now? Well, guess who found out about Vegapunk and Kuma's discussion? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it just says, I'm afraid I'm here on business. And that's what the one admirals are. And guess who's at the lab? It was Kizaru. And man oh man, says you really should have checked every nook and cranny of the lab when you moved in. That explains how you missed it. And Vegapunk says, just you wait, the future will be born right here. My head is overflowing with ideas. It's honestly hard to think straight. Also, he says, the government frowns on secret backroom deals with pirates, you know. Is what Kizaru said. And it just says Navy Admiral Kizaru Barcelino. And when I said last chapter that one of the Gorseis listening, I wasn't lying. Cause you just see in the panel a snail hanging off on a pipe, steel pipes on the ceiling. Brings up irrelevant if you consider him an ideal candidate. But Vegapunk, this man is a pirate with 296 million on his head. You can say you were arrogant of that, or simply admit you don't care. But making a fugitive the face of our clone program is out of the question. It would be an affront to the Navy's reputation. And this is where I say last chapter, you're making a deal with the devil. This is why I say foreshadowing. This was what that foreshadowing was. And one of the Gorosei speaks up.
With that in mind, we have 3 additional speculations if you want us to honor this deal of yours. Firstly, Bartholomew,
Or Kuma.
you must agree to become one of the 7 warlords of the sea.
Shocker.
And then, a few days ago, we found ourselves a member short thanks to the exploits of a rookie named Ace.
Which I don't know which warlord he took out. But I was leaning towards Jinbei a bit. Because Jinbei was a warlord. But then again, he kind of defected at that point. So, there you go. And he continues.
It caused great turbulence in the pirate world. Someone of your caliber would be a natural choice to fill that opening of the calm seas.
Which that's kind of a deal breaker. But he's not done. Here comes the second condition, which I think is the worst possible decision. Because I can see when I first seen this chapter, I knew what the Gorosei was trying to. I know what Saint Saturn was going to do.
Our second condition is for you to undergo procedures to become a human weapon for the Navy.
Okay, 2 things I want to bring up. One, you're clearly making, like I said before in the last chapter, in this chapter now, a deal with the devil. You said it yourself, Kuma. You said it yourself. Even if I had to make a deal with the devil. And that devil, I think 2 or 5 chapters. I would say 7 chapters behind. 7 chapters ago, we got revealed of Saint Saturn's devil fruit, which resembles a devil basically. So, and he paired out a devil circle, a demon circle. So, what do you want me to do about that? What do you say about that? He's making a deal with the devil. Second, why, oh why? I know this was a last dish effort. You came to Government Island. And everybody, I'm pretty sure Dragon knew this too. He just knew it. He knew it, but took a shot in the dark and was like, you know what? Go to Vegapunk. He probably knows what's best, but he's in a government secret facility. I put in a word for you. I tell him I sent you to him, and there you go. And then even Vegapunk even said, You know I'm government official, right? I'm working under the government, right? Yeah, but can you help my daughter a bit, please, Vegapunk? And Vegapunk laid out the deal of just in case for him to help his daughter kill his daughter. But then you kind of forgot that the Gorosei doesn't like traitors in their midst, especially Vegapunk with his creation ability with his brain. Let me just tell you this: the government was hella cautious. So I'm glad. I'm not glad, but it's kind of like a smart move on their part to place cameras and recording tape or recordings in the lab where Vegapunk will never think of looking. One showed on top of the steel pipe on the ceiling attached, looking down on him. So I was like, you kind of bit. That's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, bro. Then Kuma says, "Are you talking about modifying my body?" And then Saturn said,
Precisely, you already have the traits required to be an effective warlord, so you'll become a paragon of fear for pirate scum far and wide after you receive your enhancements. So,
that's just, as you can see, that actually works. That paragon of fear for pirate scum far and wide, and after you receive your enhancements. So, if you kind of look back on Sabaody and the arc where the Straw Hats first fought the pacifista Kuma, oh yeah, that motherfucker put up a hell of a fight. I can tell you that. Plus, you had Admiral Kizaru there too to top it all off, and his subordinate Sentomaru, of course. And then you see at the Marine Fort a whole front line, and I mean a front line of pacifistas in the war. They're all lined up, ready, rolled out, and they all had lasers too. And it seems like that was just like the first step. Second batch. Now, over the years, I'm pretty sure that Vegapunk came out with new pacifistas, upgraded them from this time, and put in patch notes as I was saying, upgraded them to this version, then this version, and this version, this version, until they get to the point where, oh, okay, I guess I just have to put devil fruits on them now. How low can a government go? Anyways, Kizaru speaks, so I second that. The Navy would love to have you on our side. And then Vegapunk just told Kizaru to shut up. And then Saint Siren speaks up.
you see my point, but that's not all. You aren't like other pirates, Kuma. We all well aware of your history with the Revolutionary Army.
So, I mean, again, you was keeping this government was basically keeping tabs on Kuma and the Revolutionary Army. And don't forget, he is also the king of Sorbet Kingdom and usurped the throne or ripped the throne off off the person that you didn't kill. I better not find out that he's still alive. Oh boy. Just a friendly reminder, when they animate this in the anime, when this comes in next year in January, when this starts to animate all of this, his backstory, holy shit, that's gonna be the biggest bombshell of everything. But anyways, he continues.
If you accept our offer, we must take precautions to ensure you never turn your power against the world government.
So they're probably just going to end up using Bonnie as leverage and shit. So, or a shield or a hostage. There you go. That's another one.
Which brings us to our third and final condition. You must agree to give up your free will and sense of individuality.
And that's what Saint Saturn's third condition is. Vegapunk throws a fit. Saint Saturn, that would be a tantamount to killing him. Which I do agree, you taking free will and individuality. Well, that's a mindless robot, mechanical robot, basically. So I can see why, but damn it. This is because none of the other warlords follow orders, isn't it? Okay, so I also want to bring up sidetrack, but this also ties back into this chapter, by the way. If you remember who didn't follow orders to the letter. Later on, we find out Crocodile wasn't doing that. Mihawk wasn't. I think Mihawk joined. No, I think Mihawk joined during this time. So Mihawk, I think whenever he's bored, well, Mihawk is Mihawk, by the way. So short term, Mihawk is being Mihawk. He won't give a damn unless it's fun times for times. Bull Hancock won't don't give a shit. I mean, come on, why would she care? Unless it's affecting her island directly, then she would give a damn. But as of now, no, she won't give two shits. Who else? Crocodile. Well, we all know what the hell he's been doing. Wink, wink, nunk, nudge. If you haven't been watching the anime or the manga, or reading the manga. Who else? I think it's Jinbei. But we all know what happened to Jinbei when he encountered Ace. So I'm pretty sure the one that took out the other warlord that the Saturn was talking about was Ace. But that was all a hoax. A hoax. Then again, I mean, just throwing that out there. Who else? Holy shit. I don't know who else is available now. Don Flamingo. Well, we all know what his heinous ass, scheming ass evil boy living it up in his own territory and kingdom. I mean, come on. That's 1/6 son of a bitch. You know that? Anyways, it continues. If you snuff out all humanity left in a cyborg, you'll have nothing but a robot. Stone cold killing machine. Knives and stabby weapons. Do you really expect me to murder a man? Which I don't know if Vegapunk ever attempted that. I don't know. Nobody brought that up. I don't think he ever killed a person before during the science experiment since he got that big ass head. So we don't know.
You forget yourself. You are a military scientist and you have no right to talk back.
It's a small price to pay, is what Kuma says. Oh, Saint Seiya ain't done though.
These conditions must be met if this criminal wishes to save his daughter.
Oh, you just gotta bring the daughter up, huh?
It's a small price to pay. Considering our expensive and difficult this procedure would be otherwise.
Which, I may add, is what Vegapunk and Kuma was talking about last chapter. Before all this shit happened, so... Kuma, you really brought this on yourself by saying even I would make a deal with the devil, so... You're facing the devil down, so here you go.
I have no obligation to help this girl.
So... This is murder, is what Dr. Vegapunk is saying. It'll be perverse to modify a human like that. I won't. Vegapunk, please do it, is what Kuma said. Kuma, I've been worrying all this time, thinking it might be impossible to save Bonnie. Vegapunk shocked as to what Kuma says. With Kuma, I gotta admit, Father of the Year. Father of the Year 2023, Father of the Year. 2 claps for that. I'm so grateful. I'll happily accept any fate so long as Bonnie is cured. Vegapunk says, Kuma, tears welling up in his eyes, snot draining, and Kizaru putting his hat down and I guess in shock too. And I think it was looks like close sweat too. And knowing Kizaru telling himself, what a cruel world we live in. And man, you get the feeling that Kizaru will sometimes have sometimes will have that thought in his front of his mind saying, if I was able to flip sides like I do, will I be on the winning side or the losing side? Then again, how long would it take for the winning side to lose how long does it take for the government to lose power and crumple the government system in a Terabito system? That's what I'm trying to say. Would Kizaru really switch sides depending on that though? Well, we'll see. Anyways,
Vegapunk, how long will it take you? Well, to finish Kuma's modification and cure his daughter.
Vegapunk would say, well, dealing with the Cypher skills will take 6 months. And remember I said about that deadline for the Sapphire skills, which Kuma did have 5 years. 4 years now. Now that around this time at Vegapunk, so that another 6 months, she'd probably be 7. My math is so gonna be wrong on this one. I can already hear somebody telling me that now. But I'll take an extra year on top of that before she can be exposed to natural light. That's a total of about a year and a half before she's cured. Kuma's modifications will take 2 years at minimum. And then Kuma just says, thank goodness she really will be all better by the time she's 10. But
How can we trust you to remain obedient after she's cured? Your daughter is our own leverage here. Sadder.
oh, this man's taking every precaution, bro. He has an admiral. He has his daughter dead. Matter of fact, he has Kizaru, the fastest light you can ever person currently in the One Piece world that can actually just kill his daughter and kill him on just like in snap of the finger. All it takes is just one pointed finger and just bam, shoot him with the light. I mean, we seen this before during his fight against Luffy, and don't forget Sabaody War with Whitebeard.
Anyways, your daughter is our own leverage here. I have.
Kuma says, I have no intentions of running away.
Then the government, Saturn says, be that as it may, the world government will have to take custody once her treatment is complete.
Oh, sorry, you sick son of a bitch. Again, she'll be free after you follow through with the eraser of your personality. God damn. Saturn, bro. Someone's gonna have to put. Once Oda's done with this, once he's getting close to this chapter's end, it's wrap. I kind of want to see their power, but they're not going to make that easy for that Terabito system to go down, to tear that system down. Also, including the government system. That's going to be hard to do because you just got. Now you got the 5 elders just having their devil fruits. I don't know if that's a devil fruit or not. They didn't say, but now that they showed their like true power against the Straw Hats and Bonnie, and he basically blew somebody's head off just by staring at his or her. We just don't know. Vegapunk says, but that would mean Kuma won't get to see Bonnie after she's cured. Saturn says,
correct. His modifications will commence immediately. It will be an ongoing process as he starts his tenure as a warlord and helps the government tame the seas.
Does it get any good better than this, huh?
After his daughter's cure, any contact between them will be forbidden to ensure they don't escape. If there is any hint of defiance from any of you, I will guarantee she will spend the rest of her life as a slave.
This shocks Kuma. And did you just say slave? That is, hear that right, Saturn? Oh boy, boy, boy. You know what? There'll be a time in the millennium, probably 20 chapters in the future. I can see it. Either 20 chapters in the future or probably pretty much 4 or 5 chapters. Say Saturn's gonna get his ass kicked. Oh, once this tragic flashback is over, somebody's gonna have to deal this boy a great deal of damage. This shocks Kuma. I won't try to see her. I swear, I only have one request. Don't tell Bonnie the truth. She can't know about her illness or that she's being kept as a hostage. I don't want her to wake up after her surgery in some soulless government facility. Take her back to Sorbet. You can keep her in the church where she grew up. And then where Saturn says, he doesn't say, but if you can grant that one request, then I promise you, I won't seek her out and I will obey without question. Now, I want to point this out. Kizaru standing there, pretty reluctantly, probably thinking to himself, man, he says he won't do it. He won't do anything. We have his daughter as a shield, just in case. We have a bargaining chip, basically, is what Saturn's trying to say. I bet Kizaru thinking his mind. I bet he want to tell Saturn so badly. We have Bonnie as a bargaining chip right now. If Kuma tries anything, even a sense of defiance. It's a wrap for his daughter. I'm betting Kizaru is gonna turn to the good side. I'm calling it now. When shit gets to the point, a boiling point for Kizaru, just like what's his name? No, what's his name? That's oh well. I'll probably put up the image because I know I had his name up there in my head. Okay, so Kizaru is probably gonna abandon the government completely if it gets to that point, if it gets to that boiling point, just like the other admiral did when he left.
What Saturn said, very well. It makes no difference where she's kept as long as the government oversees it. Looks like we have an interesting 2 years ahead of us.
Cuts back. Bonnie will be staying here for the next 6 months. And really? So you're staying with me? And you just see Kuma hugging the daughter. And you just see Snap. And that means we get to be together. Yay. Anyways, wow, this place has so many windowless rooms. Keeps all the sunlight out, by the way, since her sapphire scales are spreading like you can really see it, but it's not all the way cover her face right now, but you can see like it's encroaching a little bit appearing on her left side of her face, but it's not all there, but it's getting there. So Vegapunk starts creating a weapon of his dreams, and this is where he starts to like, oh, I guess I need to split my brains up a few more. And he starts getting ideas, cutting back into the future. You see Kuma undergoing modifications to becoming a cyborg, a mindless cyborg, and you just see Bonnie getting her treatment done. And then once they're done, 6 months. What can I say? And then you just see a ship carrying cargo delivering to them, and then oh goodness, how can I say this? I mean, it's everybody's just having a blast. I can just tell you that everybody's having a blast. Everybody's eating pizza, including Kizaru and Sentomaru, mind you. Which Kizaru, of all people, enjoying pizza with a pirate and his daughter, and with Vegapunk, with all this shit going on. I'm calling it now. Kizaru at this point will have to join the Revolution Army. If someone convinces, I'm guessing Sentomara has to convince Kizaru that the government is wrong. This system is wrong. The Tenryubito is wrong. I can see that happening. I can see Kizaru abandoning, just like that other admiral did. You just done with this shit. I don't wanna do this no more. What you're doing is wrong. You're treating humans like livestock, and then you treating them. And the Tenryubito is doing the scummiest shit I ever seen a human can do. You're not gods. You're scum of the utmost highest degree. I don't think the jail is gonna save you at this point. I think it's just execution at this point. Just straight up execution. Worldwide. Videos around the world. Anyway, you just see everybody enjoying pizza. Even Kizaru, Kuma, Bonnie, Sentomaru, and Vegapunk. And then you just see everybody dancing. Kuma's dancing. Vegapunk's dancing. Bonnie, Kizaru, Sentomaru, they're all doing that dancing that Kuma's father did. 1.5 years later. Okay, the results are good. And this is where I don't know if he had that jacket before. Anyways, the results are good. After a year of recovery, you'll be completely cured. Kuma says, thank you, Vegapunk. Bonnie says, yeah, thanks. Once I'm all better, I can come and visit. Right? Right? No. Of course. Back to the Kingdom of Sorbet. Kumachi, Bonnie-chan, it's been so long. Oh, you finally home for good. 6 months has been a while. Once they're inside, goes in, they said I'll be better in a year. then I'll finally be able to go outside. And then everybody says, is that right? That's fantastic news. You always said you'd be fit and fiddled by the time you turn 10. And oh my goodness, everybody, this will mean I'll be taking care of you again, Bonnie. Granny Connie. By the way, do you notice their names? Bonnie, Connie. How am I the only one? Take the B and replace it with C. I think somebody got lazy with that name. Anyways, member of Sorbet royal family, Queen Dowager Connie. That's weird. Anyways, who we would be more than happy to take care of her, Kuma. Yeah, you can count on us. Kuma says, thank you. I'll leave her here in your hands. I'm still a pirate after all. If I stay, it won't be good for the kingdom. I don't think I'll be back for at least a year, is what Kuma says too. So he is now a warlord at this point. Not a warlord, but once he leaves, he's officially hunting down some pirates now. And then she said, what, that long? I'll write you tons of letters. Okay. And he says, the next time I see you, we'll both be able to sail the seas and reach the horizon. I can't wait. And I want to travel to all sorts of places together. Kuma says, I'll love to take you. And then, oh boy, okay. When the cipher pulse comes up, please leave the rest to us, Kuma-san. Everybody says, who's that? And you just see a Cypherpol agent and her two other agents. Cypherpol number 8 intelligence agent Alpha. Which I seen the comments after this chapter. She kind of looks like Califa, but I mean, well, I guess I'm a nurse. The doctor ordered me to take care of the Bonnie-chan during her recovery. I'll check her temperature daily, make sure she takes her medicine, and monitor for any changes. Then she says, my name is Alpha. Nice to meet you, Bonnie-chan. Bonnie looks shocked, and no suspicious individuals will be allowed near her during recovery. Please remember to bring identifications with you if you plan on visiting, is what Alpha says. She says, that's such a pain, and what's that building you're putting up in the front of the church? And she says, oh, those are our accommodations. This is what I hate about her character. At some point, I want to eradicate her, Kuma. Alpha pulls out a rock in front of Kuma, and she says, don't forget, a child's skull is such a fragile thing. And at that, I would have been like mad and pissed. Kuma says, I understand, I'm not coming back. And tells Bonnie, thank you, Bonnie. She said, huh? I'm so glad you were born. And she says, really? Yeah. And then Kuma goes off, and the pirates of the world were utterly shocked of the news. And it goes, newspapers are spreading around the world. The evil tyrant, when the infamous tyrant Kuma suddenly became an absolutely obedient member of the Seven Warlord, cause to where Don Flamingo is, and Sugar comes by and says, young master, there's a new warlord. And Don Flamingo's evil ass, Kuma the tyrant sounds like another hell of a villain has come into play. And see, Croc cuts back to Crocodile, Miss All Sunday, which we all know is Nico Robin, all for Robin. What do you think? Crocodile says, I couldn't care less. Have you taken care of those idiots who spotted our rainmaking ship yet? Comes back to Mihawk, seeing what he's been doing, taking care of wherever that explosion is in the background, like he don't give a shit. There's another day, another dollar. Cut back to where Kobe Arvita's ship is before all this taking place. He looks big as Whitebeard. Kobe, who do you reckon stronger, me or him? You of course, Alvita-sama. We all know she ain't stronger than that man. Besides, he got devil fruit, and he got Buccaneer blood. And he's more powerful than you really think he is, so don't fuck with him. And he's part of the Revolution Army, which means he's stronger than he really looks. But anyways, we're acing on Whitebeard's crew, so they finally found a replacement. That's great news, Jinbei. Considering the circumstances, you're the last person I expect to say that. I'm still reading the details about him. You see Blackbeard in the background with Whitebeard and shit, where the Phoenix, the pineapple head, Luffy would say. Forgot his name again. Damn, I hate that. Anyway, Jinbei says he's a former king. This is on top of the reigning king we already have in our ranks. The pirate world really is changing. And as I said before, the Empress Boa Hancock, their business doesn't affect us. I follow no man's orders. Princess, it's essential that you keep track of information like this. Which I did say that unless it's affecting her island, she will give a shit. But if it's not affecting their island, she won't give a shit. So there you go. Comes back to Moria, they say he's a paw-palm man. That doesn't exactly sound frightening, does it? Yeah, but he will send your ass to somewhere else, come to find out, and your ass is afraid too. Peroma says, well, he's already a warlord, so he's gotta be strong enough to make the cut, Moria-sama. And everybody in the Revolutionary Army is shocked about this. Dragon's silent, glaring. Don't the warlords answer directly to the government? Kuma-sama will never work for them. And this is where Kuma starts doing his warlord duties and starts writing his letters in the process. Dear Bonnie, I'm still at sea as I write this. I've become quite well known and it's getting harder and harder to sail in peace. But I am doing okay. And then he gives it to the news crew. I'm doing my best to find interesting travel destinations for when you turn 10. It will be a long journey to deliver this. Please take care. Gives it to the news crew. Gives some money for it. Sends it to Bonnie. I hope everyone back home is doing as well as I am. And cut to the last chapter. Last panel of the chapter. Bartholomew, or I'm not going to say his name. Full name. I'm going to say, Kuma, come in. You have new commands from the government. What is your current location? And it just says, I'm in the East Blue. What are my orders? And cause see, Luffy on the right of the panel, she. Uh-oh, I made him mad. What a interesting chapter this is. And I think everyone is mostly shocked. Anyways, I would give this top 5. Well, not top 5, but this is one of the top best dads of the year. I will say that. Kuma, you're the best dad of the year. 2 claps for that, like I said. And oh my goodness, what do we have here? Anyways, if you like this chapter, comment down below, like and subscribe, and see you next time on the next chapter. See you soon, and have a good day.